I'm Anil Kumar, and now let us see how to simplify a complicated rational expression. The question is simplify x over x minus 1 divided by x minus 2 minus 3x over x minus 1 divided by 1 plus 3 over x minus 1. Now you can actually pause the video, copy the question, simplify, and then look into my solution. Now in this multi-layer rational expression, we should actually begin from the lowest part, right? So this one we'll begin with. So let's rewrite the question as such, with numerator as x over x minus 1 divided by this layer also will maintain as such x minus 2 minus 3x over x minus 1, and the denominator here is 1 plus 3 over x minus 1. So we'll try to solve this one. So what we can do is we can take common denominator of x minus 1, right? So when we take common denominator of x minus 1, we have to multiply 1 by x minus 1. So we'll multiply this by x minus 1. You get the idea. So the first step is we have to add this denominator. So we need common denominator. So we'll multiply and divide 1 by x minus 1, which I have written like this. So now we could write our expression as x over x minus 1 divided by x minus 2 minus 3x over x minus 1 divided by if you simplify this, we get x minus 1 plus 3. We get x minus 1 plus 3 divided by x minus 1. Correct? Let's continue. So we have x over x minus 1 over x minus 2 minus, so we have 3x over x minus 1 over x minus 1 plus 3 gives us x plus 2, right? So we have x plus 2 over x minus 1. Now this can be simplified. X over x minus 1 over x minus 2 minus, so we could write this as 3x over x minus 1 times x minus 1 over x plus 2, right? So we kind of flipped it. So dividing by x plus 2 over x minus 1 is multiplying by x minus 1 over x plus 2, right? Now we could write this as x over x minus 1 divided by, let us simplify this since we can cancel x minus 1. So we get x minus 2 minus 3x over x plus 2. Now we can take x plus 2 as common denominator, right? So we have x over x minus 1 divided by, so we'll multiply this x minus 2 by that x plus 2 minus 3x over x plus 2. That becomes the common denominator now, right? So we have x over x minus 1 divided by all this means I could multiply by x plus 2. We can flip this, right? X plus 2 over, now we can simplify this also. X minus 2 times x plus 2 is x square minus 4. A plus b times a minus b is a square minus b square, or you could just expand and simplify minus 3x. So that's what we get, right? Now let us factor this denominator. We have x over x minus 1 and numerator is x plus 2 over, so we are looking for, well, let me rearrange first. So I'll write 3x here. So we have x square minus 3x minus 4. Okay. So this could be written as x times x plus 2, x times x plus 2. That's the numerator when you multiply. Denominator we have x minus 1. And here we're looking for product of minus 4, sum of minus 3. That means x minus 4 times x plus 1, right? So we get product of minus 4 and sum of minus 3. So that is what we get here. So that becomes a simplified version of the given rational expression, right? Now, at times, you may be required to write restrictions, right? We may add this part, restrictions. Now, restrictions are that denominator cannot be 0 because you cannot divide by 0, right? So your restrictions could be x is not equal to 1, 4, minus 1, and what else? You will notice that earlier we had x plus 2 in the denominator, right? So that is not valid if x is minus 2, right? So it cannot be minus 2 also, right? So that is very important to see during our solution. When did we get numerator, the denominator, which could be 0, right? So those values are restricted. All other numbers are possible. So x belongs to real numbers, but not these real numbers, okay? That is what our restriction is. At times you could multiply these two and also write x square minus 1 if you want to, right? But I prefer this to be the answer with given restrictions. I hope these steps help you to understand how to solve complicated rational expressions. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope it helps you to understand the concept. Thank you and all the best.